Hello everybody, I'm the Crusade Guy, and welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry if I sound a little tired. I've been awake for roughly like half an hour, and I'm recording the script for this video. So, yeah. This week is Toaster Lore Day. Why? Yeah, because I thought it'd be funny if I gave you more useless info on a home appliance that you probably have, just like the meat grinder. Um, well, unless you're like from like California or whatever, where they haven't even developed the steam engine. But anywho, well, before we start, I want you guys to subscribe so you can stick around and enjoy the autism I can provide for you. So let's get into this. To start off with, what is the toaster? I'm glad you asked. The toaster is a small electric appliance that uses heat to brown sliced bread. Wait, what do you mean brown? Like, it's toasting, roasting, cooking, you know? I mean, it's one way of putting it. I mean, moving on. Most toasters have two slots for twice the amount of bread to be stored and a little selector switch. Like a Glock, or Glocks have selector switches to get your desired brownness on your bread. I'll put up a little visual representation. You got your normal bread, you got your browned bread. Get browned. But I guess before I pull Ian McCollum on the toaster, I'm going to talk a little bit about the history of this great invention. The toaster began its development at the beginning of the 20th century, which is when all the cool stuff happened. But during its development phase, there was a technical issue with the heating element of the toaster that just kept burning out. Like literally, it would just like be like a light bulb. It would just kablooey, kind of. And a little quick note for what the heating element is. It's basically like a small device that converts the electricity into heat. Pretty self-explanatory. Moving back to its technical issues. So in order to fix this issue, a young engineer named Albert Marsh in 1905 developed an alloy mixing both nickel and chromium, calling it nichrome. Very, very creative naming. Gotta love it. Which would, not overheat the heating element, thus solving the issue, making the toaster functional. The first patent for the toaster was filed by George Schneider of the American Electrical Heater Company of Detroit, in collaboration with Mr. Marsh. This company would later abandon making toasters and would just make the wire needed for like the heating part of the toaster for storing it, I guess. So now you're wondering, who's making all the toasters now? Like, how people need their toast. So, editor me, can we get a drum roll, please? And that's right, ladies and gentlemen. General Dynamics. They would become the de facto manufacturer of the toaster, wink wink, and released their model D12 in 1909. So we're going to fast forward a couple of years to the year 1913. The First World War is literally about to kick off. A little fun fact for you there. And but toaster innovations are going a little crazy behind the scenes because I guess people just really want better ways of making toast. So we'll start off with in the year 1913, right? Mr. Lloyd Copeman and his wife applied for a patent for their dual-side toasting of their own toaster. Which of course is revolutionary, and the TIM, great writing me, holy, the TIM, the time-saving department, because originally with the toasters or the like Model D12, it would only toast on one side. You'd have to take it out, and then you would have to flip it over, put it back in, which like. Not only could you risk burning your hands and such, you could also, you're wasting time. Like, you could be eating toast or whatever. I don't know. So where was I? So, and I can't really see him. And according to the Wikipedia, his toaster turned the toast automatically, which I don't know how that works, but because I can't really seem to find a picture. So I'm thinking like the most steampunk thing ever was happening to any slice of bread slammed into this bad boy. I'll probably, yeah. So I think we can now move on to, because I guess there was a little bit of a grace period between dual side toasting and what Charles Strife did. Well, now in 1921, Mr. Charles Strife added the automatic pop-up feature, which all of us who own toasters and now have, thanks to this guy. He made his own toaster that had not only had the automatic pop-up feature, it also had the dual-sided toasting. So yeah, I think like the wiki had like the schematics or whatever, or the patent, or I forgot what image it was for this thing. So I'll put it up there so you guys can bask in its glory. So now, I think there was another thing where, like I think in like the 40s, not the 40s. What? I forgot where. Yeah, I guess in the 80s, there was the high-end toasters. That featured automatic like toast lowering and raising without the need to operate levers. So you literally just drop the bread into it, and it would just go down on its own, and it would toast. It would come back up. Because, like I said, mechanically multiplied thermal expansion of the resistance wire in the center element assembly to lower the bread. Dude, there's science behind making toast. The inserted slice would trip a lever switch to activate the heating elements in there. Thermal expansion is harnessed to lower the bread. So when the toast is done, as determined by a small bimetallic sensor. Yo, what the fuck? Guys, actuated by the heat rate. I'm tweaking right now. I'm just rereading the wiki real quick, and this is what happens when you just wake up and you record a video about toasters. So, pulled out, returns to its room temperature position, slowly raising the finished toast. Dude, so it's like at the end of like Revenge of the Sith, with Darth Vader like comes up from his like little recliner chair thing, and we see the big reveal. Is that just how it works for the toast? It just slowly rises up. But anyway, I'm getting off track. No, I'm gonna tell you all about my favorite innovation while I was doing a little bit of research for this. Like on the wiki, there was a section about how British researchers managed to create a toaster that could like print out like the weather forecast on the slice of bread. And I know what you're thinking. It's the most genius thing you've probably ever heard. And honestly, you'd be right. So I guess British people, when they eat their beans and toast, they can also look at the weather before they put the beans on or whatever. British people, tell me in the comments how you eat your toast, because I don't know. So like I was like, oi bruv, the weather's gonna be, shit. Like every other day, oi. It's a Tuesday, innit? Because it's always raining over there. Or like here, here's a visual representation. No sunlight whatsoever. But I think that kind of concludes what I want to talk to you guys about for this week. So, I guess make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Oh, and I might do a Let's Play series for funs and giggles. I'm thinking of doing Stalker Gamma or Stalker 2 when that comes out in like a month. Or well, no, like 3 weeks from now. So let me know if you guys want me to do something like that. So, but I won't take up any more of your time. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.